Matt got our settling ponds dug yesterday. That's the first one. We got a dam across into our second pond. We're going to run the pump from that one. We're going to run around back that way with the hoses and into the plant. We weren't expecting it, but Matt was digging yesterday. He ran into a great big thick layer of clay at the bottom of the hole, which is super nice, because now we don't have to put a liner in. So he spread clay all over the banks of the pond here, hoping that will seal it up. This one's already accumulating water on its own, so that's not going to be hard to seal up. And then from here, the plant's just going to sit right on top of the berm there, discharge out the other side, and then it's going to come around the front of the berm into the first settling pond. We'll put a culvert in there, and we'll have our clean water over there, and away we go. Getting ready to start setting up water lines. Around this big hill through the bush, we got about 1,400 feet of water line out to reach the plant. We've got a nice pond right here. It's quite big, so we're definitely not going to have a water problem. And the beavers, there's a beaver dam right there, but the beavers have dammed the creek and diverted it into this pond for us, so they're not going to run out of water because it's a creek. But the beavers are dammed directly feeding into here, so we're in good shape water-wise. On to the next step. Got one road crossing to do. The ponds, the plants are right there. So there's a little road crossing. I'm going to put a little culvert in. Run the hose under the road. And then we are ready to fire up the pump and see if we got enough pressure to get water into the pond. Quite a bit of elevation here, so we're hoping the pump's got enough head. We'd rather not run dual pumps if we can help it. So we'll basically connect this together, and we're going to give things a try. All right, hose is through the pipe, coming out the other side. Carry it up. And we can carry on. All right, here's the pump running. That's a good sign. Everything's going good then. Oh yeah, pump's just trucking away. You see how much water the beavers have diverted for us here, so we're going to be good for a long time. We got our line running along the back of this hillside here, along the edge of the beaver pond. I'll give you a view of it a little bit later.
So if that can keep up, we might hook two pumps up
just to bring the volume up.
Charge the ponds, then just go down to one later.
Yeah, it's surging a little bit there, right? Well, that's the end result. We got water in the pond. Maybe not quite enough, but we can fix that.
Yeah.
But there she is, guys. There's a day's worth of work just putting the water supply in. So our water line starts from that pond down there. It runs along the back of this hill here. Across this street, and then out. There you can see it off in the distance there now. I think you can see it anyhow. And there, it's an easy run. Minor little leak here. That bush there. Back out behind this hill. We carry along across the road here, and then it comes out right there into our holding ponds. 1,400 feet this time. Just changing the discharge for the sluices from one side to the other. We're going to set up a little bit different than we had planned. Matt's working his butt off. So wash plant from here, it's going to go over and sit on top of that berm right over here. So that's the next step, is we'll move the wash plant and we'll set it up over there. We're just working on swapping the sluice runs around. They were discharging on the wrong side for setup for the running, so get the sluice moved over to this side. Now we're going to take all the intake fittings and whatnot, move them to the opposite side, and then we'll be just about ready to move the plant to the hill. Just moving some of the sluice runs over a little closer. That's running the excavator. Come out and pull the next one out, do the same thing. There's the second sluice run. Pull it out from under there. Those totes in the back will be all right? The totes in the back? Okay.
We're going to pull it back and switch around and pull it front off the back.
This is going to start pulling her in position here. Pretty easy work when you got such a nice excavator. Big one too. Beautiful wash plant. It's got a nice hopper feeder with this plant as well, but we're not going to set her up at the moment. And that's just pulling her into place. Worm is right over there. Just like Gold Rush on TV. Except we're just little guys doing a little job. Matt's an extremely skilled operator. He makes everything with a hole look easy. Up she goes. So the plant's in place. There's a view into our two tailings ponds. That's just building a little pad for the sluice runs to sit on. Then we're going to haul those over, set them in place. And we'll probably go get the pump. Might not be today, but we'll go get the pump, which we're going to set down there. A little bit more work to do in this pond yet. And we can set the pump, run some water lines, and then we have about 1,400 feet of 3-inch to lay to our water source. It'll be another day or two before we're running yet. Getting closer. That's extending pad now. Something to set the sluice runs on. Now comes another section of sluice. Now, while we're here, I thought I'd show you guys what a set of hydraulic riffles looks like. Got water shoots down, keeps the black sands moving, bringing them up to the top so they can get washed down the sluice and not fill the sluice run. So you got a conventional Clarkson style riffle here on the top, 15-degree angle if I remember correctly. And then you get the water jet shooting down, which keeps the black sand circulating and running down the sluice. And that's what they look like installed in the box. I'm going to run about 4 feet of them. I'm going to put some Clarksons or some expanded down here. Matt's not sure what he wants to do yet, but that's the way they sit, and that's with the jets pointed down. I'm going to flare out into a wider box for the smaller gold, because this is Nugget Country. And they've already seen. We're just doing a quick test run, making sure everything starts and runs and works. Going round and round. That's the business end of it all. That's got a filter set up on this end here for the hydraulic riffles, because they have such small holes. It's got a filter set up here, so just the water going into the hydraulic riffles and runs through that, so you don't get bits of sand and garbage in there plugging them. Yeah, she's up and running. Long ways to go yet, but she's up and running and she's turning. We're just slowly walking this little hole into the mine. A little ways to go yet. We're just kind of cruising along, coming up to the mine. The whole area is so historic. So many years of mining back here. It had its own gold rush back in the 1860s, if I remember right. So the history back here, I mean, it goes back forever. The town is pretty cool. Not many people live there anymore, but there's still a few here. Coming up in the pond where we get our water here pretty soon. I'll stop there and get a little video of that for you. Get our water from right down there. Beavers have built us a nice little pond to draw water out of. They've diverted us a lot of water. Kind of diverted a stream right into this pond now, so we've got unlimited water supply. And just down over this hill here is where we have our pump set up. We're just running a little 3-inch line to our own ponds. They're clay lines, so we should be pretty good for water with just a 3-inch supply. Just gonna get up here and I'm gonna stop and take a quick look at our pump, make sure it's running good. We got clean pond just about full at the mine. Hopefully by the time I get there, we're just about starting to fill the first pond. Just going to turn in here and we'll stop for a minute, make sure the pump's working good. creek that's feeding the pond that we're drawing the water from. Crossing it down there. We've got pretty good flow, so we're getting we got lots of water this year. And off in the distance there, you can see our hose coming back from around the back of that hillside. Running right along the hill here. Alright, we got the big pump down, 6-incher. Raining quite a bit, so Matt's hauling some gravel along the top of the pond there before we set the pump down. Try to get a little more solid so we can get in there and fuel it and whatnot. At the same time, you got to make a bit of a channel from the wash plant around to the pond so the water can run back into our first pond from the sluices. And we got to build that road up a little bit. The water's going to come out there, it's going to come around this way and drain into the first holding pond. Meantime, get a bit of a gravel base built up there. It's getting pretty sloppy already with the rain. Got a little bit better road built here. Plant's going into its final resting place. Now, next step on the holding ponds is putting an overflow in. So this is our dirty water coming out of the sluice. That's cleaner water. And that's putting in a culvert that will feed water from one side to the other, and then there'll be some fabric in here to basically strain out the mud, silt and whatnot from moving into the clean water pond. I had to ask Matt why the big angle on the pipe, but I guess it's for organics, floating material, so floating material can't flow through the pipe and into the clean water pond. Getting buried. We're just about done with this part. Fabric to install next, and she's good to go. You know, Matt made a good point earlier. Everybody thinks mining is easy until you start lugging around this 6-inch and bigger hose and stuff. But it's got to be done. We're moving along here. Just getting ready to drop the suction line for the pump into the pond. Need a little bit more flotation. We don't have quite enough, but we're getting close. This side of the pond's just about full, and the other side's filling. I ran all the 6-inch up to the plant a little earlier. Now we're just working on getting our strainer out floating in the pond. And then we're ready to fine tune the sluice runs and get everything running. Another view while we're waiting for Matt to get back with some tools. But yeah, we're just about to set the screen and the suction in the pond here. Just about ready to start. A lot of work. A lot of work. Oh, here comes Matt with the trailer and quad. Must have brought a bunch of gear down. Alrighty, we're ready to start. First start of the season. Pump is running. Everything's run. Sluices are semi-leveled. We're not going to do much tonight. We're going to start sluicing in the morning. Starting everything up, making sure everything runs right. She's ready to turn. Line charged up. Bypassing the plant is open. We got water running. Closed off the bypass, feeding the plant. Three bars inside the trommel look good. Water inside the hopper looks good. Water running down the sluices. Well, we need to do a little leveling, but they're not bad.
Idle down a little bit.
We'll cut down the water a little bit here. Go overloading a little bit for the boil boxes. Checking everything. Everything's looking really good. Laid a little bit of poly down to keep from washing out our just finished laying a little poly down. Washing out and discharged a little bit, so a little bit of poly to keep that from happening. Very close to running. Well, we've been pumping about a day now. Clean water pond is just about full. Another few hours and we should be down Starting to fill the first one. We're getting there. Here's some trivia for you. Besides having to have a spill kit and everything else like that, which, you know, that's fair enough. When it comes to having holding ponds, you have to have a life jacket and a life buoy ring. You can have both pieces. Well, that's building a pad. Mini hoe on so we can feed the plant with it. Never-ending work around a gold mine. Mini up on the pad. Getting close to being ready to run. Guess he's not happy with it. A little adjustment.